Okay, Shock Value. This is another independent horror film you can find on Amazon Prime for free. And this, of course, is another horror film about making a film. You've got a guy who doesn't make really good horror films, who one night, while waiting for a friend, witnesses an actual murder. So what do you think he does? Think he turns the guy in? Think he films the murder to use later? Or do you think he finds the murderer and then tries to convince said murderer to be in a horror film? Yes, he actually hunts down the murderer and is like, hey, do you want to be in a horror film? And of course the guy's like, I don't know how to act. So you've got the behind the scenes, here's making a horror film. A guy trying to convince an actual killer to be an actual killer in a horror film. And the back and forth with that. And they do a nice sequence where it's the back and forth of what's more important. Doing things the way you want to do them, your artistic integrity, or the money. They had this discussion a couple of times. And the discussion changes throughout the film, which I thought was interesting. This film, it's your standard, like, schlocky sort of horror film. Watching it going, you know, he hits a spot. The director goes, think about it. You can make a really bad horror film. I'm paraphrasing. But the moment we turn this guy in from being a serial killer, you will find the film the serial killer started, and it'll become those cult phenomenons. And I was like, you know, I'll be honest. If somebody were to be like, you know what, this horror film, it actually had a serial killer in it, a legitimate serial killer, people would hunt that down. I was like, you know, I dig that. Interesting. The film itself is indie horror. That hook was interesting. Because I could see that being done. I mean, there are other horror films like, we use actual cadavers. Don't you watch a horror film? Or, we actually kill live animals. Don't you watch a horror film? So somebody blackmailing a serial killer to be a killer in a horror film seems almost relatively plausible.